Caroline Farrow is someone I'm sure that some of you are familiar with. She has the police. The police have it in for her big time. She's currently being investigated for having a Kiwi Farms account, and apparently they're like, "Oh, there's you said transphobia, blah blah blah, and all this other type of stuff. You made a bunch of transphobic statements." She has asked for examples of the statements, and they've told her, "No, we're not giving you any." Even though they're supposed to tell you the specific acts you committed that you're getting charged for. I think the entire thing was done as just a scare tactic to frighten her, but they did seize every single device in her house, including her autistic child's tablet and everything as well. So yeah, the police really have it in for her, and this is the latest example of something. Well, not really the latest. I've got a new baby. I've been a few weeks late. I know. I'm sorry, but this is something that definitely needs covered. I'm going to do a thread and limit replies. You'll see why. Please do not speculate with names, but I think what is happening to me is important. I am not prohibited from talking about things in general terms. On Monday afternoon, my solicitor received a bizarre communication from Surrey Police solicitors. He thought it had to do with my civil claim against them because she's currently suing the police for harassment, essentially, because they're coming after her for millions of stupid tiny little things. After some miscommunication, they sent me through a bundle for a court hearing. I am due in court tomorrow morning. The police asked that physical paperwork relating to the court hearing against me in 2 days was withheld from me. They wanted me to go to a court hearing without access to the accusations and alleged evidence, also known as a fucking setup. Surrey Police have applied for a stalking protection order as a result of material I have posted on Twitter. On page 1 of the bundle, repeated misgendering is cited. Here are the prohibitions they are seeking tomorrow morning. I will be assigned an offender manager. I will not be allowed to use any social media, social networking, gaming, dating, law, because she's married to a priest, site without this person's written permission and having supplied them with usernames and passwords for all sites within 3 days. In addition, the following requirements are added. 1. Allow police officers to enter your registered address between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. to conduct a risk assessment, monitor devices, and manage compliance of the order. 2. Provide your offender manager with any mobile, digital, or internet-enabled devices for examination, review, and monitoring purposes immediately upon request. You must also provide your offender manager with any access pins, passwords, or patterns. Oh, hold on, that's fucked me up there. Or patterns. Examinations may be completed manually on the scene or could entail them seizing your device for examination by agencies contracted by the police for that purpose. What they would do, basically, they don't want her on the internet. So what would happen is anytime, okay, I'll just go buy a little cheap phone, they would just confiscate it each time going, we need to analyse this. They would just try to keep her off the internet. Failing to disclose the existence of a device in your possession to your offender manager will count as a failure to comply with this condition. 3. Re-register home address every 12 months at a police station within 365 days of last registration. Provide your offender manager with a list of all mobile, digital, or internet... Oh, have I read that? No, maybe I haven't. I'll keep going anyway. Provide your offender manager with a list of all mobile, digital, or internet-enabled devices that you own or have access to use. The list must be provided within 3 days of the order being granted or within 3 days of any changes. The police officer says this: I believe that while presenting a significant interference with the respondent's privacy rights, kind of understatement a little bit there, it is an appropriate course of action in the circumstance. No, it's not. No, it's absolutely not. It's not just, a significant interference. It is a grotesque interference going after this woman and essentially her children as well for things she said on the internet. Signed by Surrey Police Superintendent, I consider that in accordance with paragraph 2 of Article 8 of HRA, Human Rights Act, and interference by this force as a public authority is in accordance with the law and is necessary. No, it's not, as a massive violation of Caroline's rights. Monstrous violation of Caroline's rights. I left out another condition Surrey Police are asking for. Whoops. Possessing, owning, or using more than one mobile phone and one SIM card, unless with written permission from your offender manager in the area that you reside. You must provide the telephone number and unique identifying numbers of all devices within 3 days of this order being granted, or within 3 days of and supplying any changes within 3 days of any such change. Okay, so that was basically to terrify her. That was basically to scare her into shutting up. She hasn't broken any specific law, but the police don't like the opinions that Caroline has. Caroline is what you may call a TERF. Pardon, don't like the word, but basically she's not down with the trans folk, if you know what I mean. However, I believe, is it just today? Yeah, just today. There was an update to this, so just as well I left it. I am relieved and delighted to announce that having reviewed the significant evidence, Surrey Police have decided to withdraw their application for a stalking protection order against me. I'd like to send sincere thanks to everyone who supported me, especially those wonderful women who came to support me in court 2 weeks ago. It's not over yet, but also a huge thanks to my talented lawyers Daniel Burke and my especially wonderful brief Natasha Hosdorf. The Surrey Police barrister arrived at Guildford Magistrates Court determined to pursue his order, which could have ruined my life, which was the intention, Caroline. I'm sorry to say. The police have a massive raging hate boner for you. Massive, and they are going to stop at nothing to try and harass you. This is the problem, is, see, anytime you get a little tiny victory against the police, they come after you harder. The same thing happened to, Crime Bodge. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'll need to check in on Crime Bodge and everything that's happening with him, but the police came after him in a massive, massive way. And the same thing's happening to you, and it's because you had a Kiwi Farms account and you are a somewhat notable person. And I can guarantee you the police have got a hard on for Kiwi Farms as well. They're going to be coming after that website, and because you're a person of some note that they know of that used the website, they're going to use you as an example. I believe... I'm just going to put my tinfoil hat on a little bit here. I believe that this extreme violation of human rights stuff that they're doing against you, they're going to make an example. They did the same to me. They made an example out of me. They're going to come down on you massively hard, and it's to basically terrify anyone into going on to Kiwi Farms. Americans don't need to care. They don't need to care. But any Kiwi Farms users based in Britain, I think it's to scare them. I believe, that's just... that's just my little theory. I think it might be that, but they also want to make an example of you because you are somewhat notable in the community. However, as far as I'm aware, no charges have been brought against Caroline at all, just yet. But this thing that they're doing against her is an absolute joke and a massive violation of human rights. I keep saying that the police are violating human rights. They know they are. They don't care. That's their job. Their job is to literally violate human rights and to protect the state and protect the state's control over the flow of information. They're there to not protect you, but to make sure that you are thinking the correct way.